Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? Comment. Let me know who's here. Introduce yourself. If you're here for the first time, welcome. My name is Denzel. On this channel, we talk all about velocity banking, infinite banking, and your kingdom authority. I just want to let you know I am supercharged tonight. I'm supercharged. How was everybody's weekend? Hello, Anthony. Hello, Rich, Williams, Joel. How are you, Elvin? How's everyone going? Listen, I had an experience this weekend. Okay, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Had a gentleman reach out to me on during the week, last week. He said, "Hey, Denzel, I got this men's group. Love for you to come by, share your knowledge, wisdom." He was like, "We're actually gonna have a meeting Saturday night." So I'm like, looked at my schedule, and I was like, "Oh, I can make that. I can make that." He's like, "For real?" I'm like, yeah, I can make that. And I was like, "As long as you guys got some food and you can, I can speak, I'm happy." And he was like, "Listen, we got food and I'll let you take the floor for about 30 minutes. Little did I know what I was getting myself into. Let me tell you, I think there was about maybe 30 men, 30 grown men in the room. We were like in the man cave. It was so cool. Talking, doing my talk, and it started out as 30 minutes, but let me tell you, this thing turned into 2 hours, like 2.5 hours. I didn't leave that place till midnight. I was just pouring into these guys. I thought the Super Bowl was going on. These guys were like tuned in. It was so much fun. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then the very next day, the host invited me to his church. Oh my God. I never really connected with like church music or gospel music. It was kind of like boring sometimes, right? But let me tell you, you go to a church like a black folks, okay? You go to a black church, oh my God, they have some rhythm, man. Rhythm. Can anyone attest to this? Because let me tell you, wow. I mean, right, brethren? Yes, brother says here. Let me tell you, I had an experience at church, and blessings were going on, and let me tell you, remember how I said I'm gonna go to churches and preach this message, velocity banking, becoming debt free, okay, no longer a slave. It happened over the weekend. It happened, and I can't wait because I know it's gonna happen again. My friend Joel, I know he's gonna make some moves, and I'm gonna go to his church. And I got my friend Floyd, who's gonna make some moves. He's gonna bring me to New York, and we're gonna talk to their church. Oh boy, I can't wait. I can't wait. Hey Patrick, how are you? Can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. We're gonna have our session tomorrow. I want to real quick before we dive into the lesson. I want to shout out two gentlemen that joined the Patreon page today. We have Mr. Haynes joined in at tier 3, and Mr. Cole joined up for tier 4. That was today. So thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate you supporting this channel, and I cannot wait to serve you. Hello, Sonny. How are you? I can't wait to serve you tomorrow as well. Okay, this whole week I'm going on a consultation rampage. I mean, morning till night. Okay, so if I haven't spoken to you yet, and you joined tier 3, tier 4 in the past couple days, there's probably only a few of you that I have not spoken to yet. Just know that I'm gonna reach out to you, and also I will be doing a live stream tonight, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. okay? 10 p.m. Eastern time from the 28th to the 34th, to the 31st. We're going to go right in a row because I'm going on vacation from February 1st to the 4th. It's my girlfriend's birthday. We got to celebrate. Got to digress, reboot the systems. All right, I got, the other night I was sleeping with my girlfriend and she said I was sleep talking. She was like, "You said cash flow." I'm like, "Huh? You crazy?" She was like, "Yeah, you're over there moving around talking about cash flow." I'm like, "Quiet." So let's see. Keep sharing the blessings. I've been following your system and seeing magnificent results. Thank you, brother. Yes, yes. Philip, how are you, Philip? How's everything going? All right. So tonight we're going to be talking about velocity banking with the HELOC, home equity line of credit, and we are in California. Okay, we had a gentleman on the board in California, and I took the liberty. I said, "Hey, can you send me the terms so that I can read it to the community so that they know?" For anyone that's new here, if you're new, definitely comment, be like, "I'm new," so I can know who I'm talking with. So I'm not going too fast. I'm not losing you. I don't want to lose you. So I'm going to read some things here about a home equity line of credit, some terminology when you're looking and you're applying for the right type of HELOC. So you're like, this is good. All right. So right at the top it says home equity line of credit agreement. That's a thumbs up right there. Okay. So if you've been applying or you're looking for HELOCs, make sure it does not say the word loan. Okay, if it does, it's going to raise a red flag. Keep reading. All right, here we go. It says index percentage, 5.25%. It says margin. What is margin? We don't care. Okay, then it says initial annual percentage rate. Initial annual percentage rate. That's the first couple months or the first year of the interest rate you'll be charged. All right, so it says 2.99. It says temporary fixed initial daily periodic rate. So the words temporary means not forever. Fixed means consistent for a temporary period of time. It says daily periodic rate, the daily interest rate. That's what we're concerned about. That's what we need to know. That's what's going to determine our costs when we're doing velocity bank. It says 0.008%. That's not bad. That's peanuts. That's peanuts. Okay? So this gentleman has a 6-month intro rate of 2.99% on his HELOC. Okay, and he got approved for $40,000. Not bad. I like it. So let's keep reading. It says, to get access to the account. This is when we're taking money out of the HELOC, putting money in. How do we do that? What is the right way to do that? So here are your options. It says account advances may be obtained in the following manner. Home equity checks. We don't want to do that. Written requests for a loan advance. We don't want to do that. Telephone requests for a loan advance. We don't want to do that. Online banking. Correct. Bonus. Very simple. You download the app for all my, my older individuals. Look, gotta get on this phone thing, okay? Download the app, okay, of the bank that you got your line of credit from. They're gonna have a mobile app. Make sure you link that, okay, with your HELOC and the checking account. Make sure it's linked. Okay, what does a link mean? It's very simple. Okay, you can call it in if you don't understand. You're just connecting a checking account to the HELOC. Why? Because we don't want to do checks. That costs money. All right, advances, things like that. That we don't do none of that. We just want to be able to take the money out, put in your checking account. So the checking account does what? Make the chunk and pays your bills and expenses, things like that. Here's another thing that a lot of HELOCs, not all, some have, where it talks about an initial withdrawal period where you have to take money out, right? In another video I did for a gentleman who got a $50,000 HELOC, he had a mandatory withdrawal of $25,000. Okay, I'm not a big fan of those because for some people we may not need all that to pull out at first. Okay, so it can cost us some interest. So for this gentleman, it says minimum draw requirements. The minimal initial account advance that borrower must draw under this agreement at the time of origination is $0. They're basically saying, listen, you don't have to take any money out. I'm cool with that. There's no closing fees. I'm cool with that. All right. So, and let's see. His term is 25 years, and it's a second position HELOC. Okay. Get a lot of questions sometimes. Well, Denzel, what's the difference between the first position HELOC and the second position HELOC? Which one do you recommend best for me? Why do you like second position over first position? Here's why. For most people that are coming into this concept for the first time, okay, to take a big mortgage and convert it into a first position HELOC, understand just doing that alone is going to save you money, but please make sure that your payment is not interest only payments. Don't do that. It's going to bite you because just imagine every single month, if we're trying to do velocity banking where when we're dumping money in, unfortunately, if you have an interest only payment HELOC, what I've seen so far, okay, look, I'm learning with you. But what I've seen so far from a gentleman that was working with Replace Your Mortgage, he replaced his mortgage with a first position HELOC, and their interest only payments. His interest only payment was like $1,000 something. So when he's dumping his whole income in, understand that, bomb, like $1,200 right towards interest, and then the rest towards principal. That can hurt us if we're trying to do velocity banking. So what Replace Your Mortgage tries to teach is they say use credit cards to put your expenses on all these credit cards with zero interest and all that good stuff so that you can bring the balance down further on the HELOC. Now, the danger with that is if these things don't get paid off, now we're neck deep. Now velocity banking is crushing on us. We never want that to happen. Okay, we don't want velocity banking to fall on us. So when you get a simple second position HELOC, okay, let's say you got 100,000 equity in your home. Listen, all I need is 50. That's all I need. Give me 50, right? Don't give me too much. 50, 40, 30, 60, 70, 80. I don't need the whole amount, all right? I do that so we can make smaller strategic chunks, faster, quicker, better results, and pay nothing in interest, okay? How you doing, gaming? How's everything going? Elvin says, Denzel, just want to thank you. Been doing velocity banking with my business. Very good. I was able to get my secure line of credit for 10K and a business credit card. Awesome. I'm working on the same route with you. Okay. So let's dive into the numbers. My friend making $12,000 a month. It's actually $12,900 because he's doing some extra work. Expenses starting out at $10,000. We got $500,000 of debt. We're like, how do we do this? Cash flows anywhere from $2K to $2,500 a month, and we got this home equity line of credit, okay, where the interest rate starting out 2.99%. Not bad at all. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna apply the 2/3 method for velocity banking, which is We take the 40K, times it by 66%, bomb. That's your first chunk. What are we going to chunk at? He's got credit card. He's got 2 cars. He's got policy loans on his infinite banking policies. He's got student loan debt, and we got the mortgage. So strategically, it made more sense for us to tackle the cars first and one of his credit cards. Reason being, I can increase his cash flow immediately. So by taking this 26,400, we're wiping out 1 car. Bam. That Chevy paid for. Thank you. He's going to wipe out a credit card. And then the rest is going to partially pay off car number 2, the Ford. Partially. Okay? And now we do velocity banking. Okay? So the first move of velocity banking, right, is you get the debt tool, get the line of credit, you get approved. We figure out step 2, our chunk. Step 3, we make the chunk. Where do we make the chunk? We take it out of the HELOC and transfer the money to the checking account, though, okay, which then we pay the debt, okay, make the chunk. And now what? He's going to make money. So any and all cash that this gentleman has on hand right now, plus the money that we're going to make for February, is going to go back into the HELOC. Notice how the balance drops to 13,900. Now we got expenses, okay? But notice how they're no longer 10,000. It's going to be 9,367.63 for the very first month because we partially paid the second car. So we're not going to have a payment. We're no longer going to have a payment on car number 1, and we're no longer going to have a payment on his credit card. So when it's all said and done, in 1 month, balance goes down, goes back up. That's what it looks like in 1 month's time frame. Okay, 23,267.63. Okay, with minimal interest costs, maybe it's $23,325. Okay, it's not even worth displaying because he's not gonna see it. He's not gonna feel it because the very next month, boom, we're gonna dump another 12K in, take expenses out. If we do this consistently, where we dump income in and we take the expenses out and we keep cash flow in and we keep doing this flow where we feel real good about ourselves, okay? Somewhere around June or July is when we're going to make our second chunk, all right? Now, he doesn't have to take 26,000 again. Why? He only owes like 12K on car number 2. So we're simply going to do a chunk of that, wipe it out, okay? And now I'm going to pose a question to the class, okay? And I'm going to give you the scenario here. So far, from January to June or July, we would have paid off 2 cars and a credit card, okay? Now, here's the situation. This gentleman has life insurance policies. He has assets. Before he met me, he got life insurance policies designed for the infinite banking concept, okay? So I work with everyone, all right? Some people just want help on this part, the functionality, and I'd be glad to serve you, okay? So he's got policies on himself, on wife, on the kids. I'm like, yes, this guy's a king. I love hanging out with kings. They know what they're doing. All I'm doing is just making little tweaks here, little tweaks just to help him, get on the right path. So somewhere around August, September, the balance on the HELOC should be, you know, by August should be somewhere around 19K after making the chunk in June or July. And if we wait till September, the balance should be somewhere around 15K. So we've got plenty of space in the HELOC. The question is, where should we be chunking at? Should we get started on the student loans? Or the other situation is he has these policy loans. He has a loan on his policy and he has a loan on his wife's policy. So what I wrote was, all right, either we pay the policy loan in full on one policy, okay? Mind you, he owes money on the life insurance policy, right? He has a loan. But we also have the premium for the new year, okay, coming up. So his anniversary date for wife and himself is somewhere around here, okay? So here's the question. With space of, you know, between 40K and 19 or 15, the question is, what should we chunk at? What I'm thinking in my brain, here are your options. Either we pay the policy loan, and this is me talking to my friend here. Either you pay the policy loan and the premium for the year, option one. Option two, you pay the premium only, and then we start on the student loans. Okay? Let me see if I got some questions here. All right, let me see what I'm dealing with. If you're new, first time, introduce yourself. Say hi to the community. If you're brand new. Hello from Los Angeles. Okay, let's see. Denzel, I saw your name as an agent on the IBC Global website. Congrats. Thank you. Shout out. Bugsy, how you doing, Bugsy? Amanda Pride, hello. Can't wait to work with you. I can't wait to serve you. For my moms out there, if you're on the fence, you're like, I don't know if I trust this kid. Listen, there's a lot of moms I'm serving. Love helping moms. See, William Roberts says, how do you join? On all my videos, I got a link, right? I got my website. You can go to denzelrodriguez.com, or you can go to my Patreon page. I usually have cards on all my videos. Click the link. I'll post it in here as well in the video. And you can pick a tier that you would love to give and support. Or if you need some financial help, I can help you out. Let's see. Any questions? I gotta scroll this thing down because I'm messing up. Okay, William says, what's a HELOC? I'm guessing you're new. So, HELOC's a home equity line of credit. Okay, it's a better mortgage. Okay, and it's calculated simple interest. It's a debt tool. It's what we use to do velocity banking with. It's something you want. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it looks like my buddy Philip answered the question already. Cool. Rich says option 2. I like you. William says option 2. I like you too. Okay, here's the reason why. Because even though he owes money on his policies, understand that however much money he owes, whether he pays it back over a 5-year timeline, a 10-year timeline, as long as the dividends and the guarantees are matching his policy loan interest rate, every single year it offsets. So he'll have no lost opportunity cost. So what we can do temporarily is say, hey, listen, just pay the policy premium for the year. Pay the whole thing from your HELOC. Let's chunk at it for the whole year to increase our cash flow, number one, to satisfy the insurance policy itself for the year, along with the PUA, right? Because he's going to have a premium cost, but then he has his PUA. So he's got like a total amount of money that he's putting into the policy. I think he's putting in like 10K a year or something like that. Okay, or a little bit more. Whatever it is. Pay your premium in full, pay wife's premium in full. Let that money and the cash value pay the policy loan inside of the policy. Let it pay itself. And then let's do velocity banking out here. Let's wipe out the cars, which is what we did. Then we'll get started on your student loans. Okay. And then we'll jump back to the policy loans, make sure those are good. And then we'll jump on the mortgage. Okay. Let's see, cruise. Yeah, whatever makes the cash flow go higher. Yes. Yes. Jeremy, hello from Arkansas. First time commenting. I've been watching your videos from months ago when you started. Love your support, my friend. Thank you. David, started velocity banking in the beginning of December, paid off 2 credit cards, and I'm about to start chunking at one of my cars, hoping to be debt-free by 2023. That's 4 years or less. Not bad. Donovan, hey, I've used velocity banking to get out of debt. Is there a way to sponsor someone who may not have the funds to join a specific tier but needs help? Oh, I would love that. So I would love that. So Donovan, what you're saying is you're willing to give to someone else, to give to me so that I can give to them. Oh, that's I love that. Yes, can totally do that. All right. Let me know which tier, because if they need like a full picture, full synopsis, I'd recommend tier 3. Let me build some trust with them. Let me get to know them a little bit, and then they get their money right. Maybe they join tier 4, they get a little higher. But I would recommend tier 3, 147. Let me have a conversation with them. When you sign up, send me a message of or what am I trying to say? Email me their name and phone number so I know who to call. Okay? And I'll oh my God. I would love that. So if anyone that let's say you're making good money. All right? And you love this channel, you love what we're doing, and you know someone that's struggling, man. And you wanna sponsor them to be a part of my program, send me a message. Be like, listen, I need you to help this person here. I'm willing to give on my behalf if you help this person here. I would love that. That would be huge. Okay? So I want to break down some numbers for this gentleman. His initial goal when he reached out to me, he was like, Denzel, I want to pay off either both my cars or both policy loans by the end of 2019. Okay? I think I did like 75% of his goal, where we paid off 2 cars by June or July indefinitely. And the HELOC goes to 0, right? And then we're chunking again, obviously. So I paid off his car loans, but I decided, let's not pay off the policy loans. Let's just satisfy the policy premiums for the year, wipe that out. Okay? When I did some math, okay? Did some math here. His he's got a mortgage that he's paying. He's got these big student loan payments. The you know, the car payments. Okay, when I added up all the numbers, it came out to somewhere around $88,000 in a 12-month period. Okay, in a 12-month period, $88,000 we pay off in the very first year. Okay, so what I'm factoring in is this chunk, the second chunk, okay, and then the third chunk, which is gonna pay his premiums on the life insurance, okay, and then a portion of that is then going to start on the student loan. So towards, you know, like November, December, we'll probably have the ability to make another chunk towards the student loans. Okay, so I basically I took his mortgage payment times it by 12. I took wife's student loans times it by 12. His student loans times it by 12. The full balances on the cars and the credit card, okay, as well as the cost of his life insurance for the year, came out to $88,000, give or take. You take that number and you divide it by the $500,000, and my friend here, conservatively, in about 5.8 years or less, my man, brethren, is debt free. Okay, my brother is debt free. Okay, one of the few households probably in California that can say they own their property outright. And they did it in less than 6 years. So, any questions on the HELOC? Any questions on the system? Okay. Another thing that's benefiting this gentleman here, okay, because he was doing velocity banking a little bit prior to meeting me. So, what he's doing throughout the months is he's putting all his income into the HELOC. Before he takes all of his expenses out, he's using his Capital One credit card as a line of credit, and he's using anywhere from $400 to $4,500 of expenses that he can pay with credit. All this does is buy him time. Okay, it's not necessarily increasing his cash flow, but it's just buying him time. He's probably earning cash back rewards on this, which is cool. Okay, and he's paying even less interest by having more of his 12,000 sit in the HELOC throughout the month. So, you know, when we're working together one-on-one, my goal is to figure out, you know, when to chunk, how much to chunk, and then the functionality, the mechanics of when we pull money out, keep money in, right? I have like a little rule where I'm like, all right, every 3 to 5 days, I kind of look, how many expenses do I have over the next 3 to 5 days after making that first chunk, right? And then once I figure that out, I'm like, all right, that's how much money I'm going to withdraw out of my HELOC, put in the checking account, and then I just use the checking account, pay it, let bills just come out over the next 3 to 5 days. Or if you want to be even more slick, if you can handle it, there's people that cannot handle it because it's too much, where now you've got a second debt tool that we're using, you're playing with, and now you're using the credit card to run the expenses, okay? And we're not pulling money out of the HELOC. And then in 30 days, you're going to have that bill. You got to make sure you take out a nice portion of money out of the HELOC and zero that out completely, and then start using the credit card again, okay? If that's something you like to do with me, you want me to roll that in your scenario, I'm fine with it as long as you can handle it. Okay, I got some people like, I don't know, Denzel, I'm a little iffy about that one, okay? So, let's see. Hello from Tennessee. How you doing, man? I want to shout out a couple of countries that we have in the house. We got the UK. We got Jamaica, Africa. Got a couple of people from Africa. By the way, from my viewers in Africa, listen, you fly me there, get the whole town, okay? Whether you put me in a church, put me in a building, man, I'm telling you, I'll serve them all. Okay, we'll make this a community thing. Okay, a community event, debt free in Africa. You know, that'd be huge. And it gives me an opportunity to get myself educated because I don't know how the currency works over there. I don't know how the banks work. I mean, it's a totally different country, so there might be different rules. I know in England, they've got different types of credit cards where their credit cards, man, they're better than ours. You can get a credit card in England, or you can get a secured line of credit in England, right? For however much money you got, you secure it, and they give you 3 times the amount in credit. I'm like, I gotta go to England, man. I'll do some velocity banking over there. And then from my friend that reached out to me from the UK, you were asking me if I know how to do velocity banking over there. I'll be honest with you, I don't, but I can educate myself. I'm pretty sure the system is universal. There's just going to be little tweaks here and there, you know, understanding your currency and things like that. So let's see, questions. Elvin says, please email me some information on how to sign up. Again, all my videos, they have links. Very descriptive. It says, you want to work with Denzel? Bomb, click that link. You want to give to the channel? Bomb, click that link. Okay? And we can work together. Let's see. Carnegie. Videos are amazing. How does chunking satisfy that month's payment? So are you talking about the car? When I take money out of the HELOC and then I go to make the call, right? That's another rule. When you're going to make a chunk towards something, especially in the thousands of dollars, call the dealership, call the company. Say, hey, listen, I'd like to pay my car off. Done. Okay? When we're doing a partial chunk towards a car, right? You call, you say, hey, I'd like to pay my bill. And then you say, I'd like to make a principal only payment on the car. So you pay, so whatever your car payment is, you're paying it from this money. This money is the bank's money. It's the HELOC money, the money that you got approved for. And then this money is his income. What are we going to do? We're going to wash. We're going to wash what we borrowed over the next, what, 4 or 5 months, right? So by us doing that, your question, how does chunking satisfy the monthly payment? Just think of it like making your regular monthly payment. Comes out of your checking account, satisfies that. But mind you, we didn't use his income. So his cash flow is going to be higher. His expenses are going to be lower because the chunk satisfied the monthly payment. Does that make sense? If you have a car payment with an interest rate of 0.9%, less than 1%, doesn't make any sense to pay off the car to free up cash flow with a credit card debt weapon if the interest rate is that low. Jeremy, I would not pay off a car with a credit card because it's going to cost you 3%, okay, right off the top of whatever the total. Maybe your car is, maybe you owe 20,000 on the car, 15,000. I don't know if I want to pay 3% on 20,000 off the bat. Number two, is I don't know how effective that credit card is for us to do velocity banking with. You may not be able to pay all your bills with that credit card, so it might delay us, okay? And if that credit card did not have a 0% promotion for 12 to 8 months, that's, again, it's going to hinder us. So now you literally shifted that debt to a high interest credit card. Bad deal. Bad deal. Don't like it. I rather have that debt lingering and then us go get a personal line of credit or unsecured HELOC or unsecured line of credit and either chunk at something else that's costing you a lot of money or pay off the car with a line of credit. And then, you know, maybe that might not even be that good because, again, the 0.9%, you know. But we are freeing up some cash flow. If my cash flow is only going to go up $100, $200, I may not be so quick to make the move. I might say, hey, listen, if that's your only debt, maybe we could start saving some money. Maybe we could start, you know, building some wealth, right? And kind of let that die out on its own. If it's an expensive car, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 car, and it's a $600, $700 monthly payment, hell yes, we are going to tackle that. I don't care what the interest rate is, okay? We're going to do velocity banking on that. But I would not do it with a credit card. Fredo, I use my line of credit for chunking and credit card to pay bills for the month and another credit card for personal expenses and pay them at the due date, avoiding interest on the cards and keep income in the line of credit as long as possible. That works for you. Keep it going. All right, if you can keep up with it, keep it going. How you doing, Curtis? I can avoid the interest on it. Yep. So is it 1 month payment plus rest going to principal? Yeah, when we're doing a chunk, that first initial chunk, okay? Whether it's towards a mortgage or towards any amortized debt, you want to make sure that when you call them, right? Let's say your mortgage payment is $1,500 a month, right? So that $1,500 is split up into principal and interest and maybe escrow and taxes and yada yada yada. Okay? The first move I would do is try to remove all that crap of the escrow and stuff and then just have principal and interest. Okay? But let's just say it's a $1,500 payment, right? And you're going to make a $15,000 chunk. Of the $15,000, 1,500 of that 15,000 will pay that specific month's payment. And then the other 13,500 will go all towards principal. Okay? That's how I determine people's chunks when we're looking at specific debts. Is not only am I trying to chunk a big amount, but I'm also trying to satisfy the month's payment. Because now, for that specific month, guess what? You don't have a $1,500 monthly payment coming out of your income. So for that specific month, that's a cash flow increase of $1,500 on top of whatever your cash flow is. That right there starts the velocity effect on the line of credit. Doing that, the very first month of doing velocity banking is probably the most important month, because if you do it just right, I mean, you start this thing like, whoa, you'd be like, huh? Denzel, I'm going faster than what the numbers said. And I'm like, yeah, I know, because, you know, you were doing it right. I was just giving us some, you know, some room. Let's see. The sponsorship is for anyone you may have spoken with. The people I know keep procrastinating. Hey, man, I don't want to work with no one that's procrastinating. I'll be honest with you. Nope. If they procrastinating, that means when I work with them, they're going to waste my time. You're gonna be like, oh, but no, no way. I can't work with procrastinators. This is a big reason why I work with moms because, you know, I can't tell you how many moms, I mean, like that, sign up tier 3, tier 4, and we get the ball going. No questions. I'm on the phone with them. They listen, clear as day. They're like, okay, Denzel, how much is the chunk? Okay, that's how much I'm gonna make the chunk. And then I call them in a week. I'm like, how much did you chunk? I chunked what you told me. I'm like, great, awesome. You know, can't work with procrastinators, Williams. I'd rather just serve you, man. Sure, no way. Let's see. Same problem I was having until they were able to see Denzel in person. Oh, Jasper, my friend, I know you. This guy's like this guy's solid dude. Like him. Let's see. I am having a tough time understanding whole life policies. Will you be doing a session on this, my friend? I've done many sessions on it, and yes, I'll keep doing sessions. We can take the last 15 minutes of class if you want. It seems like everybody loves the whole life strategy with the infinite bank. I mean, it's so exciting to think about this. Just becoming your own bank. Like what a phrase, right? I mean, for people that come from so little, I don't come from a lot. And I hang out with people that don't come from a lot either. And then I talk to people, you know, like people that are making this type of money, and up 15K, 20K. I'm talking to a family, they make 23,000 a month. I'm like, wow, the amount of work I could do with that kind of money, you know? I'm just talking to these guys and they tell me, yeah, I got a half a mil in my 401k. My wife's got quarter mil. Wife's got an annuity. I got an annuity. I got a pension. I got 2-term policies. I got a this. I got a Roth. I got a that. I'm like, oh my God. How do they establish their kingdom so fast? Right here. Knowledge, wisdom, education, taking time, diving into it, day in and day out, learning this over and over and over again. This stuff is so exciting, man. You can change your whole generation, your whole family lineage. Imagine you get to write your history and not another culture. I know I just hit some people right there. Minorities. For how many years now? Decades, centuries, have the other culture been writing your history? They've been writing your history. Why? Because you never seeked the information. You just were told something and you let it be. Can't live like that no more. Cannot live like that no more. So my friend, yes, I will be doing many, many more sessions on establishing your legacy, your kingdom authority, wealth, because it is so important. I don't care if you save 5% a month, 10% a month. You start. That's the key. Starting. Right? Most people never start because they have all these problems that they don't know how to solve. So let's see. Please need your help on whole life policies. I have had one for 12 years, didn't have a clue what I signed up for. Need help. I'd be glad to serve you on that. Okay? Because let me tell you, I'm working with a household right now, husband and wife, and they already have policies. Okay, and we're working on a strategy where we're turning their policies into a reduced paid up so they never have to pay those. So we're not even terminating them. We're just turning them into a reduced paid up where they never have to pay it again. Cash value still grows in them. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna borrow the cash value from that policy and put it into a policy that's gonna really create some dividends, right? Because there was only like 10 grand over the last 15, 16 years that grew in it. That's nothing. That's not a good. So I'm like, look, instead of terminating them, let's just take the cash value from it. Let's do velocity banking. They have a HELOC as well. I'm like, let's do velocity banking. Let's wipe out debt. Let's establish policies on the children. Oh my God. You set them up, we'll get this thing going. Let's see. Yeah, Rich. Yep. I got plenty. Look up. I have a playlist. It's called Become Your Own Banker. And it takes you from A to Z on how to establish your life insurance policy, who to look at, who to do your homework on, the companies, the mechanics of it. I mean, everything. And then when you feel confident as the consumer, you can reach out to an insurance agent that practices the infinite banking concept. Okay. And if you feel it in your heart, you want to work with me, hey, I would love to work with you and serve you on that. I have a whole team. I mean, solid guys, men and women, solid, that understand this concept, practice it day in and day out, and they'll serve you. Okay, Jeremy, working on the personal line of credit now. I do not have cash advance fees on the card if I do it to my checking, but it charges interest from the time you take cash. 14%. The limit is 25K. The payment is $387. You currently owe 12K. Jeremy, is that what you're saying? You owe 12K? I'll wait on that one. William says Jasmine Small, man. Yeah, I want to help you out, Jeremy, there on that question. Be a little more clear. Honey says you're amazing. No, you're amazing, honey. Love you. Okay. Velocity banking is your ministry. You are certainly right, my friend. I promise you, I'm writing a book. I'm going to write a velocity banking playbook. I'm going to put a sermon together. I'm going to get some as much scripture as I possibly can learn in this amount of time. And I'm going to listen, church. We got to get the congregation right, man. That's it. Tired of seeing Christians and Catholics and Jews and Mormons just, well, maybe not too many Jews. Jews don't, they got their money right. But, you know, Christians, man, and Catholics, man, y'all struggling. And you got this infinite God that you serve. And the access to heaven has been cut off. Right? Your access to heaven is cut off. You don't know how to access it. You've been doing all the right stuff, right? Praying, going to church, you're tithing even more. You're tithing. You keep tithing. You get to that point where you start doing it out of bitterness, out of necessity, grudgingly, unfaithfully, right? That right there, let me tell you, God don't need your money. Doesn't need it. Just wants to show you what it is, what it truly is to give and receive. And then on top of that, it's not just doing that. I mean, we got to seek the information, man. Day in and day out, we got to seek it. We got to seek it. Okay. Yeah, I'm working on the Kingdom book. I'm working on it. I'm putting it out there right now. If anybody knows a publisher, okay, anyone knows a book publisher, I sent my information to one publishing company. I'm waiting on a response. But if anyone knows a book publisher directly in this community that can make the connection, be like, listen, this guy, I have it all. got my notes, I have my videos. I mean, we can put this into a book right away and get it out, send it to people, to the ends of the earth, okay? And everyone can get it. All right. Does death benefit include cash value? Okay, no. Death benefit is separate from cash value, okay? Whenever you start any type of permanent life insurance policy, your money goes into two places: cash and premium, okay? Primary goal is to minimize on premium, maximize on the cash, okay? When you maximize on the cash, the death benefit is whatever the death benefit will be. What's nice about the cash value is that it not only gets stored in this cash value account, just think of it like a savings account, but it also buys more death benefit. So I think the average is for every $1,000 that's in cash, buys about $3K of death benefit, okay? So on top of your premium, which is little, we try to minimize that, buys some death benefit, and then your cash value buys the rest of the death benefit. Death benefit is stored at a certain amount, not too high, not too low, just enough where the cash value can always chase the death benefit. Always, 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 for as long as you fund it. And then once you stop funding it, death benefit continues to grow, never stops growing. And the cash value continues to grow, never stops growing. And during that whole process, what are we doing? We're pulling from that money. We're like, gimme, gimme. And then we put it in land, put it in real estate. And we get the 10X route going, okay? Get the 10X route going. Okay, Philip. How do I get on that team? Oh, Philip, send me an email, man. Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple people in the community that have joined the infinite banking team. Okay. As long as you got your life insurance license, you can leverage my team. They're licensed in all 50 states. So you can, take care of that. Okay, back to Jeremy's question. Yeah, okay, so on the car, payment on the car is $387 and you owe $12K. Okay, cool. So we owe $12K on the car, zero balance on the credit card. There's no fee for taking cash advance, no fee. But they're going to charge you 14% as soon as you pull it out. But it's not really 14%, okay? It's not really 14%. It's 14% divided by 30 days. So 0.0466667. Okay? That's what you'd be paying per day. But you wouldn't actually pay that until the due date of the credit card. So what you could do for me is say, all right, we've got 25, man, let's do it. Let's do it. We got some time. Let's do it. Let's run it. Okay? Mr. Jeremy, all I ask is that you tell two people, okay, about what a nice guy I am. All right, we're gonna do this real quick. We got 25K credit card. That's the limit. 0% to take cash out. Okay, so he owes 12K on the car. 12K on the car. We take 12K from the credit card with no cash advance fee, as long as he puts it in his checking account. Okay. We pay the car off. Cash flow goes up $387. My question to you, Mr. Jeremy, if you can talk to them about a 0% promotional offer for like maybe 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, whatever you can get. If we could get 0% on a balance transfer, okay, for at least 6 months, 6 to 12 months, then we figure out your income, expenses that we can pay with a credit card, plus your cash flow, and we'll flow it through here. And you won't even have a payment on the credit card because your income is going to satisfy it each and every time. And you have that increase of 387. Okay, so even though, yeah, his car was 0.9%, but 387, man, that's 387, and he only owes 12K. So that would be a good move. That would be a good move if you can get me 0% on a balance transfer. 6 months. Give me 6 months. Because by then, by the time, let's say your cash flow is like 1,500 a month, right? Or 1,000. Well, over 6 months, you would have wiped out, 6,000+ or so off the top. So by the time the interest rate expires, you won't even be paying interest because you'll be putting in so much money each and every month. It won't even get calculated on the statements. It won't even get calculated. So that is a potential good move. All right. Reach out to me. If you're not on my Patreon list, we can do a quick consultation call and we can settle this. We can figure that out. That'd be real cool. Joel says you can publish it yourself online. Do a search. Yeah, but I wanna speed this thing up, man. I don't know how to write. I'm trying to work with experts and professionals that can write that thing for me. I just create the content. I want to create it. I'm busy helping people, so I can't be like this writing all day. I'm gonna lose it. I gotta move. Cash value buys death benefit through dividends. No, cash value itself buys death benefit. Your dividends is just what earns money on the cash value in it. So it's doing two things: buying death benefit and it's growing money. That's not bad. Gregory started Velocity Banking January 2018 with a HELOC in the second position, paid off $120,000 in 1 year. And then I put my HELOC in the first position, 70,000 to 0. HELOC will be done in August. Holy crap. That's cool. See, that is interesting. He got a second position first, damn near wiped out half the mortgage probably. And then he said, you know what? The mortgage is halfway done. So why not flip the whole thing into a first position? I'm cool with that because now it's not a big mortgage. Now it's a smaller mortgage and he's saving even more money. That's a fat checking account that he has. And he'll be done in August and his cash flow is going to be rocking. And now he can go buy some property with, some people, do some business. Hello, Scarlett. How are you? If a person has 10K cash value and 30K death benefit, and if he dies, unfortunately, will his family get 30K or 40K? That, first of all, that sounds like a terrible policy. 10K cash value and there's only 30,000 in death benefit. Oh my God. That's nothing. What does that cover? The funeral costs? If that, So that's a terrible example there. A better example is if I'm putting in X amount of dollars a year over 20, 30 year, 40-year time span. Everyone's question is, does the cash value and the death benefit go to my heirs? The answer is no, because the cash value has been buying the death benefit the whole time. Your premium has been minuscule. So the goal, remember, we have to design it properly. We have to design the life insurance policy properly where we never have to actually pay for the thing ever again. Could turn it into like a reduced paid up, right? Or we fund it for a certain period of time and we make sure our cost of life insurance is so low and making sure the cash value is so high. And the idea is we don't want to just keep the money in there and do nothing. That's pointless. We want to build the money, use the money, build the money, use the money. That death benefit, okay, that's the kingdom legacy fund for your whole entire family. That goes to the estate, pays the estate taxes, pays the funeral costs and the celebration and the eulogy and the speech and the everything, the food, it covers everything. Pays any other debts you had, pays any other investments, things like that. The rest goes to the family, okay? I am told that some policies you can get the cash value also, but can cost a lot more. Yeah, I've been reading up on those too. But basically, if you have a policy that, because I've heard about this too, where you can get the cash and the death benefit, okay? And you can get that too with the infinite banking concept as well. Like what if you've been funding it for like 30, 40, like let's say me. I start funding my policy all throughout my life, and then when I'm 70, I decide to, you know, take my wife at the time and go crazy, right? Where I take out all my money out of the cash value and I don't pay it back and I spend it. Just spend it all, right? Waste it. The insurance company will just minus that off the death benefit, and then I'll still get money. So that's you can get both, right? Or you would have been using the cash value your whole life and you've acquired all these assets, okay, over time. And then that death benefit is just a feature. Becomes just a feature. You're like, huh, I don't care. It's cool. All right. Let's see. So then that's a risk in building cash value. One's family may lose it if he dies. No, sir. Remember, the cash value bought more death benefit. So remember, we want to minimize premium, right? Minimize our cost. And we want to maximize on cash value. So check this out. Prime example. My girlfriend has a policy. She's putting in $6,000 a year. $6,000. Her death benefit is $500,000. If she dies today, is that a bad deal? Anyone, tell me that right now. If she dies today, and she only put in $6,000, and let's say $4,500 is in cash value, but she has a $500,000 death benefit, and she dies next week, is that a bad deal? Hell no. That's a wonderful deal. What asset can you put $6,000 in, and then if anything goes bad, you get 10x the results, okay? And more than that, obviously. Let's see. Thanks. I will see if they will do 0%. Yeah, Jeremy, check that out for me. Check that out. HELOC versus HELOC interest-only payment, which is best? I prefer HELOC with principal and interest. At least my payment per month is being towards principal and interest. I really do not like interest-only HELOCs. They're scary to me, man. I've been seeing the examples. I'm seeing 200, 300,000 HELOCs out of California and Washington, all on the West Coast over there with them big old properties. And I'm like, interest only? Payments? And you've been paying on that for the last 6 years? And you haven't done any damage? Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't like that. Let's see. If cash value is borrowed, do they reduce it from death benefit paid to? Yeah, I just went over that. Is interest and dividend calculated on cash value or death? No, cash value. Cash. Come on, man. How many times am I going to tell you? Cash value buys more death benefit. Simultaneously, it's earning dividends and interest on the money, which you can use. Okay, we're going to use it. Just think of it like a tax-free savings account. That's what it is. It's a tax-free savings account that comes with a death benefit. That's what it is. It's a banking system. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, JP Morgan, all of these companies have life insurance policies. They're throwing billions of dollars in premium and cash value every single year. They get it. They get it. You need to get it. You need to get it so you can establish your household so that your name lives on, man. They remember you. Doesn't make sense to get a personal line of credit, say $40K, and use it for a 20% down payment on a home to avoid PMI, and then use Velocity Banking to pay off the line of credit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I would totally do that. Are you debt free though? L matter you don't. Are you debt free? Because if you're not debt free and then you go into more debt, I don't know, man. Cash flow is going to be tight. But if you have like no debt, all right, cars are paid off, student loans, all that stuff's paid off. Now you're ready to get a property. I'm cool with that. I'm literally probably going to do that myself. I'm going to establish like big, large lines of credit, whether it be on the business side, personal side, and just combine them all. Buy a property outright. Use my policy to pay the line of credit, and then oh my God, use my own, throw all my income in there. Man, there's so many things we can do. That'd be great. All right, 2 more minutes, and we'll wrap it up. How'd you guys like today's class? Was it deep? Was it rewarding? Did you like it? You spent an hour with me, right? All I ask, listen, share this video with family members. Let them know what's going on, okay? You want to work with me? Give to the channel. Let's build this thing. Gregory, I thought even though the HELOC is interest only, you can still put more than the interest payment for each payment. I do agree that the principal and interest payments are better. Yeah. Yeah. Glad I can help, Carnegie. Glad I can bring some clarity, man. Even if we never work together, as long as you know, you take this information, do something with it, and who knows, 2-3 years from now, we're fixing and flipping properties, we're buying rentals, we're investing with Grant Cardone and his Cardone Capital thing. I mean, this guy is on a roll. All right. I just want to work with the best. I want to work with the best. Sounds good. We're gonna work together. Alfredo says he passed my videos to everyone he knows. Love it. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. Yes, Fitz. For the next 3 days, for the rest of the month, I'm gonna do a live stream at 10 o'clock Eastern Time p.m. Okay, each night. And then while I'm gone, I'm gonna see if I can just create some videos for you to watch while I'm gone, and then we'll come back and we'll dive right into it again. All right, great content, man, as usual. Your delivery is on point, and you motivate us to establish our kingdom. God bless. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ah, hey, Mr. Robert. How are you? All right. So, yeah, we'll wrap it up here, guys. Loved it. We had a lot of people in here tonight. Love it, love it. Getting close to 100 people watching it. I know one time I had like 100 people, and I love it. I love it. We're growing. We're growing, baby. We're getting places. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening.